environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Lord Monkton will be joining us coming up in the next segment. Haven't had him on in probably 4 or 5 months. Huge news on a new ClimateGate document they've been suppressing. Total fraud. They're planning to persecute anyone that denies what they're up to. And again, that dovetails. I'll play this again for him, but I want to play a clip here of Senator Jay Rockefeller. Maybe we should get the clip of him saying the internet should never have been invented by Al Gore, of course, and other such fallacies. But he now says it's racist if you don't like Obamacare. That a lot of people that don't like it are racist. And even though most polls show it over 80% negative now, as people learn how bad it is, they have Bill Press on MSNBC, all of them going, it's the law, it's good, and the racism will be battled. And the conspiracy theorist about rationing of care and death panels at the VA, that's going to be stopped as well. Racist conspiracy theorist. And then Press just acts real confident, and the average Democratic cult member just goes, oh, we're the smart ones. We're not the right-wingers. You people are about as liberal as Hitler. You people are the opposite of liberals. Thomas Jefferson, as I say, is a liberal. You, my friend, are not a liberal. I want to be clear about that. And I'm just sick of these people parading around with their low IQs, with their cultural Marxism, flaunting it in our face that they're tough and strong and superior because they've adopted the establishment poison vomit, and then they eat the vomit and then spray the vomit on us. We're supposed to lap it up and relish it like it's mother's ambrosia. No, you people are gibbering scum on confidence trips because you're so empty. You're narcissistic turds. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to look at you. And I sure don't want you running my life. Get out of my way, filth. All of you that say our kids belong to you. That's like they're, you know, birds will have a certain sound like a whippoorwill will go, whippoorwill or Bob White, call a bird a Bob White. Birds usually named after their call. A lot of them are. Yours is, kids belong to us. Kids belong to us. You're our slave. You're our slave. You're dumb. We're smart. Let's go ahead and go to Jay Rockefeller, the ultra-fascist, totally wicked eugenicist, New World Order scumbag who thinks the public is total trash, who sucks off taxpayer money and is tax-exempt, openly saying that a lot of people don't like it because Obama's black. This is written by foreign banks that he partially owns, to literally have a tax to them and lower the quality of care and put payroll taxes on poor people and taxes on medical devices and just butcher health care even more. It's a fascist gang raping. And his answer is, no, you're racist. Here is Jay Rockefeller, enemy of freedom.
I'll be able to dig up some emails that make part of the Affordable Care Act that doesn't look good, especially from people who've made up their mind that they don't want it to work because they don't like the president. Maybe he's of the wrong color, something of that sort. I've seen a lot of that, and I know a lot of that to be true. It's not something you're meant to talk about in public, but it's something I'm talking about in public because that is very true. People associate a piece of legislation, their leader in the Senate has committed at the beginning of the president's term to block every piece of legislation that the president puts forward, and they have done that with this exception and a few other exceptions, and I find that disingenuous behavior.
By the way, I was just brought a holy mackerel level article that was mailed to us by a listener from June 20th, 1969, Life magazine. This has national import news, ladies and gentlemen, inside of it. This is news that will affect, to some extent, if we get it out, the 2016 election. Guess who's inside of it? This is Alex Jones for InfoWarsLife.com. The latest in preparedness is now here. An electrically stabilized colloidal silver solution that can be added to both your home cabinet and preparedness pack alike. Concentrated to 30 parts per million in what has been dubbed the survival silver solution. The new InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver is the answer for you and your family. And it's entirely free of toxic artificial additives that are loaded into many products. The InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Silver is so powerful that it is concentrated into a 2-ounce bottle and is not recommended for extended continual use. This is not a low-grade formula. We are working with one of the top laboratory manufacturers in the United States to bring you the best form of colloidal silver using electrical processes within a base of deionized water for your preparedness storage. For your home kitchen, purchase your bottle of InfoWarsLife.com Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver today and find other amazing supplements at InfoWarsLife.com. In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operation.
You let the worst people get control and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
A popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
I don't know what he is, except a conspiracy theorist.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun. You can feel it.
This is Scottish John for Infowars.com. I know that most of you here in this commercial already know about the New World Order, eugenics, and all the other issues covered here at Infowars. The question is, do your friends and family know? If not, then I want to know why. Oh, I know it's tough to talk about this with some people. They might call you names, or they just want to talk about sports or soap operas. I say, so what? There's a battle going on out there right now. The ammunition is information, and the soldiers are you. It's time to transform your game from passive listener to active participant. We from Scotland have had our skin in this game for the greater part of the last 1,000 years, and I'm still fighting. If we don't all stand up right now, we're going to lose everything. The InfoWar is worldwide. Tell your friends about InfoWars and let them know that InfoWars doesn't print bull. It's real journalism and news backed up by documented fact. Step up and take your friends and family to Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv and PlanetInfowars.com. The truth will set them free.
Waging war on corruption. It's Alex Jones.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time,
Give it to me easy.
and let me try with pleasure at hand.
Monday through Friday,
Take you in the sun to
11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central.
show you every
Back weeknights, 7 o'clock Central, the nightly news at InfoWarsNews.com. I am your host, Alex Jones. Thank you so much for joining us. We have our team working on major bombshell developments on the VA scandal and how under socialist health care, and we took scores of calls yesterday, it's gone from being bad at the VA to literally hellish, where the civilian contractors are basically a bunch of socialists and hate the military veterans and are putting them on death panel list like they have under government-run health care in many areas of Europe. Now, coming up after Lord Monckton leaves us, we were sent by listeners Life magazine, June 20th, 1969, and my cousin Buckley Hammond and also Kit Daniels, both the writers, have read it. I just started going over it. They gave it to me about 10 minutes ago. It's simply amazing They are showing the new left in here and who the leaders of America are going to be, Hillary Clinton and others, and how they're going to promote socialism and create a new identity for the youth of America at Harvard and Brandeis with red flags, with red fist, really promoting communism. And it shows Hillary Clinton admitting they're basically brainwashing the youth for the new America. This is simply amazing. And then she got a job under the CIA section chief based in England with Bill Clinton. Totally arranged marriage, totally staged by the globalist control group inside the CIA. And we've broken all that down, people that worked with her in the CIA. But it is simply unbelievable with a bunch of ruling class socialists. Look, Moynihan, all of them are right here. Spiro Agnew. An answer from their elders. Be aware of self-righteousness. And again, branding them as the saviors of everything, and now they've totally wrecked the country. What a disgusting article. We'll do a full review of this tyranny placement from 1969 on the Nightly News tonight. Now, joining us is Lord Christopher Monckton of scienceandpublicpolicy.org, the most documented scientific clearinghouse out there for what's been proven to be absolutely accurate, very conservative, but very accurate. This is much worse than he's even saying, but what he puts is so well documented as conservative about the Earth's been cooling for the last 6-7 years. The warming stopped 17, 18 years ago. They're fixing the documents and the research around it, the buoys, the Weather Service info through the universities to cover that up. He helped get the document at Copenhagen 5 years ago that blew it wide open, that it was a world tax that helped stop it. He released that. He spearheaded. And I'm not building him up. It's just you need to know you can be effective as well. The best news site overall is Climate Depot with Mark Moreno. And, of course, DrudgeReport.com and Infowars.com are always carrying their news on a weekly basis. But I wanted to get Lord Monckton on last week. I said, please get him on as soon as you can, when there was just a flotilla of new ClimateGate cover-up information and new statements about let's arrest anybody that doesn't agree that climate change is real and doesn't want to pay carbon taxes. And let's fire professors, or let's remove them. I mean, it's the U.S. and England. It's the new McCarthyism. So I want to cover all the latest authoritarianism by the kleptocratic, self-anointed priesthood of the French Revolution-style Jacobins. I mean, I liken them to them because that's where the modern Illuminati, if you study history, and then the communist movement came out of France and England. This is on record mainline textbooks. Just people hear the term Illuminati, don't even know George Washington wrote letters saying how dangerous it was trying to take over Masonry. You can read his letters, the National Archive, online. And so what we face is a group of just control freak criminals that wanted to overthrow the existing order that certainly had some problems, and that got well-meaning liberals in the Thomas Jefferson vein in France and in the U.S. and England to go along with them. So I'm going back to the original progenitors of this degeneracy. They are not liberals. They coaxed many real liberals and true progressives who wanted to progress scientifically, the Enlightenment and the Renaissance. They wanted to hijack that and create a 9-day work week, a living hell, no more families. Everything you see them build, the nightmare North Koreas, the nightmare Soviet Unions, is a Jacobin hallucination. Now, I know Lord Monckton's a historian and inventor, Margaret Thatcher's top advisor and a member of her cabinet. I know he studied history, so I know he will probably agree with what I just said and then augment it. But these are the little-known facts. And the reason I'm starting this interview right now with the source of this communist disease is so that people understand communism is only a 150-year-old Karl Marx, Engels manifestation of the Jacobins. We'll see if he agrees with me. I would imagine he does because it's history. And then I want to look at their latest criminal activities and their attempt to shut us down. And then the state of the war against human resources and the war on humanity. We're winning the info war, but the enemy has seized all the major institutions. So how do we fight them effectively? Lord Monckton, thank you so much for joining us. Where do you think this evil generates from historically, politically, and do you agree with my analysis going back to the root of it in the last 210 years.